This is BlindFox. Welcome at the second part of the Back Country Cuisine Classic Ration Pack Ration Review. This is not a South African ration, I know, or made in South Africa. This is made in New Zealand. I got this in South Africa though. I got this from the Survivalist.co.za. They also have other backcountry rations and some camping survival gear. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. If you've got annotations on YouTube on, you can just click that little button on the bottom right hand side of the screen. If you want to donate to this channel, you can go and buy me some vouchers at MRE Mountain USA.com, or MREmountain.com USA. I want to do some international and US rations, and I will most likely get some there. If you want to become a permanent donator to this channel, please go and support me on Patreon. So let's get started with this ration review. I'm also going to check out the grated cheese, which the Survivalist sent bonus to me, a little extra with my order. So thanks to them I get the chance to check out the grated cheese. I'll first prepare the meal without the grated cheese, and then I think I prepare a meal or put some cheese in it. But let's get started with lunch then. Welcome at lunch. As I said, I'm going to try out the grated cheese. I'm first going to prepare the meal without the grated cheese, and then I'll try it with the grated cheese. Put a bit of the grated cheese on. I'm also going to try some of the grated cheese separately. As I said, I got this as a little extra bonus with my order. We're going to have the roast lamb and vegetables. We're going to have the candied chocolates. We're going to have the coffee and the Ceylon tea. There's just some salt and pepper if I wanted to use them, and then there is some sugar and creamer, which we also might use. Okay, to prepare the roasted lamb, there you can see there's a 10-notch. You're supposed to remove the mashed potatoes, add 110 ml to the mash, and then add 130 ml to the rest of the packet. You can see there's the mash. And here is the rest. Here's the rest of the stuff. Tastes nice and crispy. So I'll just go and prepare this. As I said, I first prepare the rest of the meal and then later add the cheese. You are supposed to add 2 tablespoons of cheese. I'm not going to read all the ingredients in this stuff. It's just too much to read or to remember when I read it, to tell you about it. But it's quite a bit of ingredients. You can see there that whole list. So I'll go and prepare this and I'll be back. Okay, first we're going to check out the coffee. You can see it's fine. It's sort of coarse granules. Tea is Ceylon tea. Interesting. Okay, there we've got our coffee and tea that we're going to do. I'm not going to show adding the water part to the food. I'm just going to do it and bring the food back. Okay, I did the coffee and tea. And this stuff is still rehydrating. Let's check out these. These are the candy chocolates. It's 55 grams of them. You can see they also have 10 notches, and I'm not going to read everything that's in there. This smells very M&M-y. It smells more like M&M's than it smells like the South African Smarties. It looks about, is there four colors maybe? I think it's 4. Anyway, there's 4 or 5 colors. Let's check them out so long. You can see there, nice little piece of candy around the chocolate. It tastes more like the South African Smarties than it does the M&M's. I'm going to sort them out later and keep some of them so that I can somewhere do a comparison between them, M&M's and Smarties. I'm still looking for M&M's. When I'm looking for M&M's, I never found them, but you can find them here, so I'm going to look for some M&M's and do a comparison. And since I have these now, I can keep some of them and also use them. Let's check out this cheese. It says to use 2 tablespoons in food. With these 10 notches, it's quite easy to open it. Or you would think so. You can see there's a bit of the cheese. I'm going to put a little bit of water in and see if you can reconstitute this. Yes, there's a lot of cheese in there. Let's seal it up for now. Just going to put a little bit of cold water in here and see what happens. I just put a little bit of cold water in here. I'm not going to put water in here. Then this will melt. So I'm just going to see what happens to it. So it can just stand there for a bit. It really tastes very cheesy. I hope this reconstitutes now. It has been more than 10 minutes. This smells meaty. You can see there's some peas and meat in there. It tastes nice. You can taste peas. It's savory. I'm just going to add some, just going to reduce the size of the bowl here. You can see there's 10 notches so that you can make this a bowl. I think I'd rather cut it since my tearing ability is a bit not good. It's a good thing to always have a pocket knife around. You can see there's some more vegetables and meat. I think this might definitely do well with some extra flavoring. I'll add some salt and pepper just now. There's the mash. Check this out. It tastes nice and potatoey. It tastes better than some of the instant mashes I've tasted before. Just add it in here. It dropped out nice and easy. Let's check it out. It's a bit more texture. It's still a bit lacking in taste. Let's dump in the pepper and salt. It really does improve the taste a bit. I must say this stuff does reconstitute some. It tastes quite nice. It's very cheesy. It does not taste processed. It tastes like a little bit crunchy cheese still. Just put some in here. I sort of just guesstimated some cheese. Sort of 2 tablespoons worth of it. Just gonna mix it through and let it stand a bit. This might not reconstitute as well as it would do when you add it in before you add the hot water, but I wouldn't mind if the cheese is still a bit crunchy, but I just want the flavor of it. If you're going to do this with cheese, you will most likely add the cheese directly when you add the hot water to this. Let's check out the coffee. As I said with breakfast, this is nice. It's almost like a Nescafe coffee. Nice and strong. It's not like the weak South African coffees, Ration coffees you get. Got a nice roasted taste. You'd actually taste the coffee. It's really nice. The tea, I just leave the bag in. I like strong tea. It doesn't have that bitter taste as some teas does. It does have a nice tea taste. I like it. I'm not going to do sugar and milk in my tea. I just don't like sugar and milk in tea. Let's check the cheese out again. The cheese tastes nice and cheesy. It's still a bit crunchy, but I figured that since, I don't know, not almost like you're supposed to do it like this, but just to get the taste of the cheese, it's nice. You can check out the orange juice again. It's a bit sweet, but it tastes much more like orange juice than cool drink. I like this. It doesn't have that overwhelming drinking pop taste like this other South African stuff does. See these? They don't have a little M on. They look a bit. South African Smarties isn't as bright. They look more than M&Ms, but they taste more South African Smartie like. Definitely more Smartie taste than an M&M taste. Let's taste this again. It's definitely nicer with the bit of cheese. You do get a bit of cheese. The salt helped. I don't know, the meat tastes a bit prefab, but it's still nice. It's nice and chewy. It doesn't have strong flavors. It could have done with a bit more rosemary perhaps. It would have really helped this. So if you've got little herb packets, do take it along. But the pepper help. And the salt help. And the little bit of cheese also help. This is really nice. I wouldn't have any problem eating this. It's not an overwhelming flavor, but you can juice it up a bit if you want to. So this was lunch. The cheese, I'm really surprised with this cheese. It's really nice and cheesy. It's not really made to reconstitute separately, but we didn't do a bad job of it. I'm not going to try it. I don't know if you will try it on something else, but most likely we'll do it in the vegetarian meal, see if there's something I can try it on. I really like the stew. The cheese just gave it a bit more depth. And it lacks a bit of herbs. The tea is nice, not a very bitter tea. The coffee is nice and strong. The isotonic or the orange flavored beveragey drink, it's nice orange. It's doesn't taste that a lot like cool drink. It's a nice balance between cool drink and juice taste. And the M&Ms or the little candy covered sweets taste more like the South African Smarties than M&Ms do. I've added some rosemary in here. It helps with the taste. A bit of herbs. If you've got some garlic powder, you can also add a bit in here. It will help the taste. It tastes much better now. So thanks for watching this meal. I really liked it. See you at dinner. And a small bonus part of the video. Since I've got all of these lovely cheese to play with, it's 160 grams. When it's reconstituted, it's supposed to be 250 grams. I've decided to play with it a bit. I've reconstituted some more in cold water. It looks a bit weird and it's a bit wet on the outside, but hey, they don't say to do this, but well, I'm a bit bored. So I've got some different crackers and some cheese. I've done one on the wheat with, because the cracker is so crunchy. It just tastes like regular cheese on a cracker. It's a bit wet, but it's not. The slightly wetter cheese doesn't really matter. It still tastes nice and good. On this, whatever you call this thin little cracker, it also tastes nice. And if you can see, but because you reconstitute this in loose cold water, there's still a bit of water left there. I did drain it a bit, but the cheese is a bit wetter than normal cheese on the outside, but it still works with cheese on crackers. You can still do it if you really want cheese on crackers. Take the little small one as well. The slight wetness of the cheese doesn't really, for me, doesn't really influence the taste. It must just not sit for a long time on these crackers, else the crackers will be wet or soft. Besides the slight wetness of the cheese, for me it tastes just the same as normal cheese. I don't have normal cheese to compare it with now, but it still tastes the same. You can just ignore the slight wetness. I don't know if you dry this out again, or let it stand a bit to dry first. But I must say, you can reconstitute this with cold water as well. And I presume if you just want a little cheese sauce, you can do it with a bit of hot milk. It will work the same way. So if you really want cheese and crackers, in a pinch you can use this for that as well. And I presume you can also put a bit of this on your sandwiches. If you want a little cheese sandwich. I'm not going to try this now, but it can work. So this is a little bonus playing with the cheese. I hope you've enjoyed this. Welcome at dinner. We are going to have a classic beef curry, the 100 grams of jelly beans. We can just look a bit at the serviettes or tissues. We're going to have this Ceylon tea. We're going to have the drinking chocolate, and there is creamer and sugar. I don't know if you will notice the sugar packages. It does have nice little pictures on them. And there's some salt if we need it. I'm not really sure how much does this, if this makes a cup, I'm not really sure. I'll find that out, or I'll figure it out when I add water to it. I'm not going to open this now, but you can see there's a little tab. You can open this and you can reseal it. This is just a nice little packet. There's quite a few tissues in there. And the jelly beans are just jelly beans in a packet. Okay, let's start checking this out. You can see here is 10 notches. There is a seal there, so you can seal this package after you've opened it. And there's also 10 notches there, like all the others, so you can make a bowl. Let's tear this open. Before we start, you can see there's the preparation instructions and some ingredients. I'm not going to read it. This has got the same meat squares as the stew had. See inside there. I don't see any oxygen absorbers in there. And they don't say that there is one. So I'm going to add some water to everything. And I'll be back. First the tea. It's just a nice tea bag. Nothing much, again that little picture there. This doesn't have 10 notches, but it opens quite easily. It does smell nice and cocoa-y. You can see there's the cocoa in there. I might just add sugar and the creamer here. I don't know. I'll see when I've added water to everything. The tea is steeping so long. And the chocolate. I just added water to everything. I might just add milk to the chocolate as well. Well, we wait for everything. Let's check out the jelly beans. It's got quite a nice list of ingredients. I'm not going to read everything. That is 100 grams. It's got 10 notches. It doesn't have a seal though, so you can't reseal this. You can see there's quite a lot of jelly beans. Let's check out some. We're gonna try the black one. Sugar coated. Going to bite through one now. This tastes like, the black ones taste like licorice. Nice. Let's taste the orange ones. These stuff sort of want to cling to each other. They're almost a bit soft. You can't really see the layer. So I've cut through it with my knife. Now you can see there's the jelly inside and there's the candy outside. The red ones are, I think, might be a bit of cherry type of flavor. Orange ones is orange. I got the green ones. Taste lemony. Almost tastes like dishwashing liquid. It's got that lemony flavor to it. But you can see there's quite a variety of jelly beans. These are almost as if they are a bit clammy. They're not totally dry as they sometimes are. They're a bit soft. We're still waiting for the food. Let's check out the chocolate drink. This is nice and chocolatey. It does have a chocolatey taste. I'm gonna add some creamer to the drink. Give it more a lighter color and see if I can add a bit more creaminess. They did say you can use either water or milk to mix this up with, and I used water, so I don't really change the taste much. It's nice chocolatey. There's no sugar in here, so if you want a bit sweeter, you have to add some sugar. I'm not going to add sugar, or I might just add sugar and see what happens. Since I'm not going to add it to my tea, I can just as well. Much sweeter now. It's still a nice light chocolatey. Now just nice sweet chocolate. This is not really bad, it's nice. Just check through the tea. This tea is nice and fragrantly. It's not very bitter as a lot of teas are. I'm just going to let it stand a bit. I used the chopstick trick when mixing this stuff. You can see the chopstick is much taller than the spoon. I can't remember who showed us the chocolate. I can't remember who showed us the chopstick trick on their videos. I don't know exactly who it was, but you can look in there. There's some peas down there. I'm gonna reduce the size of this bag. There's 10 notches, but I'm just gonna cut through this. It's gonna be straighter if I do. You can see there's a lot of peas in there. There's some. It's very soupy. You can see there's a pea and some rice, and I think there's some beef in there. I'm not sure. This definitely needs salt. Everything in here is nicely reconstituted. You taste the curry. This is not as cuminly laden as the South African stuff I tasted was. The peas are a bit chewy. The meat is also somewhat chewy, but it's not bad. Everything isn't extraordinarily soft, but it is almost a bit saucy, too saucy. The onions are still a bit crunchy. It's gonna just stand there for now. Let's check out the chocolate again. Sugar definitely makes this nice and sweet. The nice thing that they don't add sugar to this is that you can add extra sugar if you want to. It's a shame that they don't provide extra little sugar packet for you, since you only get 4 sugar packets. So something you will have to drink without sugar. The tea. Even though this has steeped for quite a long time now, it doesn't have that bitterness of some teas. It's a nice, flavorful, or I think it's called a flavorful tea. It's not a weak tea, but it's just not, doesn't have that tea bitterness. It's a nice herby tea. The jelly beans are nice. As I said, they're a bit sticky. I don't know why, if they got wet when they packaged them, or if it was a clammy day or something, but they want to stick together. And the curry, it does have a slight burn. It does need a bit of flavors. It's not as flavorful as it could be, but it's not a bad curry. It is a bit soupy though. I didn't even use the whole cup to rehydrate this. It's even more soupy than yesterday's roast lamb. The roast lamb and the mash was nice because the mash sort of absorbed all that extra sauciness. This just tastes like a nice light curry. I do like this. Well, let's check out the tissues now. That I'm gonna open this. You see, you just open it like that. Remove one, and then just stick it close again. This is a normal tissue. It's nice and strong. Nice and large, nice and soft. So it will work for anything you want to use a tissue for, whatever it might be. So that was dinner. Thanks for watching the Back Country Cuisine Classic Ration Pack with me. You can see we have finished everything now. This is just the bag that's left. Please subscribe to this channel. If you've got annotations enabled, the subscribe button is there on the bottom right hand side of the screen. If not, please go and subscribe on YouTube. Please donate to this channel if you want to do a one-time thing. Please go and buy me some vouchers at MREmountain.com. I want to do some rations, and I will use the USA website of MRE Mountain to order me some rations. I want to do some USA and international ones. And if you want to become a permanent subscriber to or supporter of this channel, please go and support me on Patreon. I've opened a page there. Again, thanks again for watching this video with me. Please join me for my next ration review.